What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name's Nick, and on this channel I release a video once a week on personal finance and investing with the hope of making it as simple and as easy for all of us to understand. But in this video, I'm going to tell you about the time where my tenant abandoned my lease. They literally just moved out, didn't even tell us, and then I had a squatter move into the property. All right, so the whole point of this video is not for me to be like,
oh my God, poor me, I had a tenant, they moved out, life's so tough, blah, blah, blah.
no, this is to explain to you that real estate sounds like a good investment. It usually is a good investment, but it can go wrong very, very quickly, and it goes wrong when you least need it to go wrong. So this story starts a couple of years ago when I bought my first investment property up in Brisbane, and then looking back now, actually, at that time, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I was just like, yep, want to get the investment property. Brisbane's the cheapest place to do it. And I went and did it. And everything kind of fell my way. I got a great price in a good area. I got a great property manager. I got a great tenant. There wasn't much to do with the property. It was recently partially renovated. So it was really just, we had a tenant, put it in there. The property wasn't even vacant for more than a week. So everything was going really well. And I thought like, man, I've just bought my first investment property. We've now got a tenant. The property manager's great, getting regular updates. Like things were just going really well for like the first 12 months. And I thought, this is what real estate investing is. This is like, I could live with this. This is good. And then tax time came around and, you know, even better because then I'm reducing my taxable income. Things are looking really, really good. And I'm absolutely loving real estate investing till that point. And then we fast forward probably about 18 months after I first bought the property. And this was before COVID and all this kind of thing happened. So this was when this was when being a real estate investor was not so scary. Anyway, so I had a call from my property agent out of the blue, basically saying, Nick, sorry, but your tenant has decided to break the lease. We've been trying to talk to them and coach them through what the penalties are of breaking the lease, etc., etc. Gave me the whole rundown. The tenant just decided to bail on the lease. Like they just stopped talking to the landlord. Stopped talking to the property manager. I'm the landlord, didn't even talk to me. And then they just moved out one weekend and then they dropped the keys at the real estate agent. So it was literally just like all good, and then one day, boom, no tenant, no rent, nothing. So then obviously we chased up the tenant for the rent, or tried to, but in that time, obviously the tenants moved out, no tenants living there, property's vacant. So a couple of weeks went by, still couldn't find the right tenant for the property. And then I get a call from one of the property managers saying, hey, Nick, just went to inspect that property and we had a young gentleman living in the closet. So this poor guy had broken into the house, called it home for I don't know how many weeks, and, you know, made his little bedroom in the closet. You know, thankfully the guy, he got the help that he needed. He wasn't all there really, so he was okay. Thankfully the property wasn't really damaged, but you can imagine the property manager walking into the property thinking that there's no one there, inspecting everything, opens a cupboard and then sees this homeless guy living in the cupboard. So just an absolutely insane first 12 to 18 months of owning an investment property. We go from buying it to having a great tenant, to the tenant moving out, to them not paying rent for 6 to 8 weeks, having a squatter move in, having to pay and fix some of the very light damages that were done. So that is how property investing can go wrong very, very quickly. And with that being said, that's all we have time for today's video. I hope you got some value out of that, and now know that real estate investing, it is a difficult beast. There are so many intricate details with it. There's so many things that can go wrong, and that can go wrong very, very quickly. So before you buy real estate and invest, understand the good, the bad, and the ugly, so you don't get caught out and surprised when things do go wrong, because they 100% will. If you got any value out of the video, appreciate it. If you gave me one of these, on some of these.